Hello everyone, welcome back to Doggo Card Reviews. This is going to be part 3 of our Albuta Volume 1 set review. I am here once again with Gavin.
Yep.
And we will be resuming from where we left off with the red card pool, beginning with none other than Mai Sakurajima, Bunny Girl Senpai. She's a level 0, no cost, 500 power character with the adolescence and cuisine traits. When this card becomes reversed in battle, you may reveal up to the top 3 cards of your deck. If you reveal at least one card this way, choose up to one adolescence character among them, add it to your hand, send the remaining cards to your waiting room, and discard one card from your hand to your waiting room. And with the other auto ability, when this card is placed from your stage to the waiting room, you may choose a card named Mai Sakurajima, Irreplaceable Existence, from your waiting room and send it to your memory.
Okay, so, being 500 power, the Daisy effect is really hard to deny here, and I feel that she's a great hand fix while getting you playables at the same time. You know, I think we've all had those situations where my hand's flooded with climaxes. This is one of the few playables in my hand at level 0. Might as well go in, attack with this card, and your opponent kills it on the defense, allowing you to mill 3, grab something, pitch that climax in your hand. She also has the added benefit of exiling your main level 3 of the deck, which also coincides with the 3-1 event, which allows you to get her out of there and summon her to the field, start activating the burns. Now, of course, there are ways of denying even at 500 power, but oftentimes those pay 1 kill level 0 in front row, not really worth it, unless you trap climax.
Or on play minus 3,000 power if your opponent has 1 or fewer characters on the board, or on play bottom deck a level 0, but you know, those are cards that are very seldom played. Very seldom played, very narrow application. And while her 500 power might not really run over cards when you're going on more the offensive from your second turn onwards, the card is still very much serviceable with the reasons that Gavin mentioned with the hand fixing and deck fixing. I'm gonna say overall this card deserves a very playable plus rating. There's really no denying what this can do for any version of the deck, honestly. Just that top text is plentiful enough for a lot of people.
I mean, the fact that this is also at level 0, which means you can splash this on literally any deck. So definitely playable plus here. Even if you're not running the requisite level 3 mod.
Yeah, really, it's really that first text box that matters.
The second one's gravy, man. Next.
For sure.
Kaede Azusagawa Twilight Sky, 3285, Adolescence and Animal. If you have 4 or more other Adolescence characters on your board, this gains -1 level in hand. While this is placed from hand to stage, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's level 1 or lower, put it in the stock. Climaxes do count as level 0, so they will be placed in there as well. And with this placed from hand to stage, you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room.
So it's a fairly easy to meet early play heal, with the added benefit of possibly paying essentially 1 next stock for her, which means that on the turn you play her, if you get that second ability off, she already pays back herself while doing some damage and healing you on top of that. Now, the really bad thing about this card is simply the fact that she's tiny. 8500 is not thing to really be impressed about.
So, again, the condition is pretty easy. If you're actually playing the game and you're not screwed, Kaede is a really good way of maintaining your lead, or even coming back from stemming the bleeding from an early game rush. The fact that she's also a stock neutral heal at level 2 is really nice, and the majority of stock neutral early play heals are also require you to discard a card. Kaede does not require you to discard a card, so that's why she's a bit smaller than average. But at the same time, I think she's still highly serviceable. I honestly want to give this the playable plus rating, actually.
So the reason why I don't want to give it playable plus is really just 1, it is a bit on the tiny side, and 2, I wouldn't say it's applicable in every variant, just because some decks may not want to play this kind of they may not want to make the initial 2 stock investment for this kind of card early on for whatever reason. And I'm honestly not a major fan of early plays that are tiny on both offense and defense.
Fair enough. I mean, we've all seen the traditional Aquas get smashed on defense.
Right. Like Aqua, I just value a little bit more simply because the handout to be able to heal the stock is one, it dodges anti-heal, and two, you know, an additional form of hand filter on a body is really nice.
True, this does dodge anti-heal.
Right.
I'm looking at you, Resiah.
Right, and with the whole because if you do reveal a climax card off of this card, you are forced to put it in. You have no choice, and you have no way to pay it out. That kind of puts you in an awkward situation.
Right.
Like again, the card's very much usable, but I don't consider it to be that usable.
I see. Well, the reason why I'm putting it in Playable Plus is mostly because of that condition. Four more. Oh boy, pretty easy to play, honestly.
Yeah, I don't deny it's easy. I just really dislike a lot of other aspects of this card.
I see. Well,
Alright.
next.
Yep, next. Alright. My Sakurajima, Irreplaceable Existence. She's level 3, costs 10,000 power, printed 3 soul, by the way, with the Adolescence and Cuisine traits. When this card is placed from hand or from memory onto your stage, send the top 2 cards from the top of your deck to the waiting room, and deal X damage to your opponent, where X is equal to the number of level 2 or higher cards among them. Climaxes are counted as level 0, damage cancel can occur. Climax combo, when this card attacks, if you have a card game The World Without You, which is a salvage 1k1 climax, is in your climax area, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. Climax cancel may also occur here. And also, whenever this card is sprung to attack, send this card to memory. And with the reminder attacks, even if a battle opponent disappears on this attack declaration, the front attack does not become a direct attack as a result.
Holy moly! So there's a lot going on with this card. So
yes, there
first
is.
off, she gets an enter the battlefield burn, which if you're playing this card, you're most likely building your deck around it. So that burn is most likely going to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you know two level 2 or higher. That burn 2 is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she has a natural 3 soul, which means you can effectively side your opponents for 1, in addition to burning them another point of damage.
Well, with the 1k1, she becomes a 4 soul, so yeah, you're siding level 3s for 1 minimum.
Or even more if you trigger too.
Even when you trigger.
And the fact that she denies reversals at 3 is really, really nice.
Yes,
So-
she's a very, very powerful level 3. And she is like the titular character of, like, this and the Bunga Girl Senpai are like the titular characters of this set specifically. Of course, we try to make them this potent. So yeah,
I mean, even factoring in set 2. Oh wow, I'd still consider this a highly playable card, considering this is all free.
Yeah, like no additional cost on top of the 2 stock you used to play her from hand, or alluding to an event we'll see later, the 1 cost. So
I mean,
yeah. But yeah, anyway, playable plus because she's just that bonkers.
Yep.
Yeah. She's just that powerful, folks.
Next card.
Next card.
Nodaka Toyohama, Twilight Sky, 001K. Adolescence, fashionable. All your characters in front of this gain 500 power. And when you play Climax in your Climax area, choose one of your guys and give them 1,000.
Alright, so this is the proverbial card that we used to call Asina's Married Life because SAO was one of the titles first known for this specific profile. While this profile definitely saw a lot of use in the mid-2010s and even into like the later part of the 2010s, this card's potential has started to really decrease with more and more combos aiming towards just simply on attack or maybe just moving towards standby strategies which don't care about extra power being gained off of climaxes. So this card has definitely lost its luster from several years ago.
Now, speaking about just from set 1 by itself, like the quote unquote meta combo from this set could really use the extra power, but really factoring in cards that we've known from set 2, I think this card is really just kind of obsolete at this point. Like, that combo is just kind of, it's super whatever. Like, I'd rather just play the set 2 combos instead, as they're just on attack and they're actually bigger
Mm-hmm.
than that particular combo. So at the same time, like, while I play this in my current deck, I don't think I'll be playing this post set 2. So I'm gonna have to give this the niche rating.
The niche rating. Yeah, like definitely some decks can still use this, but definitely not every deck, and definitely I wouldn't, especially after Sedge, I wouldn't say competitive decks will be looking to use this. If they're not using it already, they're definitely not going to be using it now. But some people will definitely be able to justify this card is usable in some way. But
It's
more
a good
power to
budget
them.
card too.
It's a good budget card. Like, you can't afford certain level zeros because we will admit some level zeros in this title are freakishly expensive. So, yeah, oh indeed.
$15 brainstorms, anybody?
Yeah, and your English is much worse. So
Boy,
definitely
I don't
worth
want to think about it,
considering. Worth considering, but you have the money, probably steer away.
All right, next.
Yeah. Kage Azuzagawa loves her brother. A level 0, no cost, 1500 power with the adolescence and animal traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto your stage, she gets 1500 power until end of turn, and when she becomes reversed in battle, if the level of her battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may reverse that character.
So this has the potential to 2-for-1 bomb somebody, but at the same time, I mean, 2-for-1s are okay. Like, I kind of wish that I'm kind of looking for more utility when it comes to bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want this to do something in addition to bomb, and being a 2-for-1 is kind of one of those lower on the spectrum. Like, this is good for like Kaide Waifu, but in a meta deck, definitely not. So I'm gonna get this the niche rating.
Yeah, this kind of bomb profile, it sounds kind of neat, but Aobucha has plenty of more powerful level zeros, like, just do a lot more in general, like Bunny Girl Senpai, but definitely for Kage Waifu, this is definitely still useful there, but that's like one of the only applications, honestly speaking. Alright, moving along.
Kaide Asagawa, Nasuno, and Greeting. 1055, Adolescence Animal. This card can't side attack. Climax combo, when the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if together with Nasuno is in your climax area, which is a standby by the way, you may choose a character in your waiting room and return it to your hand.
Right. So this is the mega combo that Gavin was alluding to earlier. So as we do see that it is pretty tiny at 5500. The climax itself gives no power because it is standby. But, this is a cost-switch combo that if it happens to reverse a lane, you get something back on top with the added benefit of standby trigger. It's those reasons that really make this card usable. Like, honestly speaking, the on-reverse ability with the combo is really added icing.
So, basically, this is definitely the greedy combo. Like, from my own experience, the majority of the time, I don't really care about the salvage that much. Like, I often just salvage a counter to protect the 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes, I'm just playing this just to stand by the 2-2. Just like, I wouldn't even really care that much if it was a vanilla standby, but it just so happens to pair up with the combo, and it's just like, the combo itself's kind of whatever, but definitely by set 2, this combo becomes just obsolete.
Right, but even then, it's still available as an option, even set 2 after, for, if not Kage Waifu, then, the standby build should become cheaper by that point, and the standby build is
Budget players.
it's no slouch. I'm
Right.
gonna go ahead
It's good.
and sorry, you go on.
Oh, it's good for budget It's good for budget players. I really do like the fact that this will become cheaper.
Yeah, overall, I will go out and give it the playable rating, even with Set 2 in mind. It is definitely still going to be a usable combo, and it being on a standby means that you have double benefits happening here.
You know, honestly, having played this combo myself, I'm gonna have to agree with you. The playable rating.
Alright. Alright then. Let's move
Moving on.
Nodoka Toyohama Active High School Idol. Level 3, 2 cost 10,000 power, 2 soul with the adolescence and fashionable traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto the stage or via the change ability, draw 1 card, discard 1 card from your hand to your way room, choose up to one of your opponent's characters, and return that character to their hand. And also, Climax Combo, when this card attacks, if a card named to the Sparkling stage is on your Climax area, which is a salvage 1k1 trigger, and you have another Adolescence character, I do not know why they keep making these texts honestly, you may pay the cost of 1 stock, discard 1 card from your hand to your way room. If you do, look at up to the top 4 cards of your opponent's library, choose up to 4 of those cards and send them to your opponent's way room. Shuffle the rest into your opponent, or return the rest to your opponent's library. They shuffle that, and this card gets 1,000 power until the end of turn.
So, wow, back-to-back combos for the meta deck.
Right.
And the fact that, okay, first off, this allows you to dig for the CX, allows you to hand filter, and it bounces one of your opponent's guys. That's really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the mirror match. Good for really annoying. Good for really annoying board states.
Yeah, any soul reductions going on, or any other pesky
hello?
things?
Hello, priestess. Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye, writer. Oh, you're forcing me to side? Nuh-uh. You're going away.
Like, nope, none of that. And being able to manipulate your opponent's future to some extent is also very nice.
I mean, I like CX extraction myself. Though, with set 2 in mind, like, I don't know, I honestly kind of want to play Shoko over this combo, but the fact is that this card is still very useful, especially for the first sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So even with set 2 in mind, I still think this card is still pretty good, and of course this is still good for the budget players as well that can't afford the set 2 combos, even though, oh boy, I love being able to dig 3, say, yeah, I'm going to keep all 3, swing for 3, and they eat all of it without a shuffle, so they don't even get that courtesy shuffle. And having both play this in this deck and Hina Logic, oh, baby, even doing this at just 3 is still pretty good, though at 2 it was disgusting. There's a reason why Merlin is banned. Let's just say. So I'm gonna give this the playable rating.
Alright. Yeah, I will have to agree here. Like, while the card will lose a bit of its luster come set 2 because of how we just have better combo options by that point for our level 3 game, this card is still very much usable in, again, what should become the cheaper standby salvage #red deck wins deck.
Yep.
And, you know, with this utility on top of manipulating your opponent's future, definitely still make this a very, very solid card. So, playable it is.
Nodoka Toyohama, Self-Hatred, 002K, Adolescence Fashionable. At the beginning of your opponent's draw phase, reveal the top card of your library. If it's level 1 or higher, you may return this card to your hand. Climax cards are 0.
And you leave your reveal card where it is. Just, you know, to make sure players are knowledgeable about that. So this is what we call a jumper. They are cards that basically, you know, you'll attack with them, reveal, and then they go back to your hand ready to attack for a following turn, or to be used as Cork Fogger, or whatever. So, definitely a very, very usable level 0 that can hopefully dodge whatever your opponent's gonna do at any point during the game. Mainly the early game, of course.
Of course. So, being a 002, being the Jumper Joe profile, I actually prefer these over runners nowadays because guess what? If your opponent tri-fields, it doesn't really matter that much because you just essentially jump back to hand.
Right.
Now, however, this does come with the drawback of leaving your opponent empty lanes for them to swing into. So, you might want to, in certain niche matchups like Soul Rush matchups, this card kind of loses its value, but at the same time, against the majority of opponents you will face at a tournament, this card is really, really nice. It allows you to be aggressive early on without getting quote-unquote punished for it.
Right. I would say this is overall, because it's 2K with no additional utility, or no additional power, I would have to say overall it was more of a playable rating of me rather than playable plus. It's not like the end all be all level 0 of this title, but it's definitely a very usable one. A easy red splash and easy red source for RDW decks.
Even going into set 2, I mean, I'm still probably planning on putting 4 of these in my deck. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man, and give this the playable plus. I love this profile.
You love jumpers that much. I mean, I like jumpers too, but I like my jumpers to have a bit more either oomph or a bit more some kind of utility. Yeah, so
I mean,
I'll agree to
Kirito
disagree.
Kirito from SAO is a 2/5, but you can't encore for at all. But oh no, who cares?
Hey, that's enough oomph for me.
All right, moving on.
Alright, moving on. Masakurajima, Rare Existence. Level 1, 1 cost, 2000 power with the Adolescence and Cuisine traits. When you use the backup of this card, if you have 2 or more Adolescence characters on your board, you may choose a card named Masakurajima, Irreplaceable Existence from your way room and send it to your memory, and she is a 1 cost 1500 counter.
Oh man. So basically, this would be mostly used in the My deck, but I think that deck has enough opportunities to put her into your memory. So honestly, oh man, and this being only a 1500 counter, when we've already seen 2Ks and they're free. I mean, if you really, really need My in your memory, you can probably use this card. But at the same time, oh man, I'm gonna have to give this the niche rating at best. That's being nice too.
You're being nice. Here's what I'm doing. This is my only comment. A tired, old, aging dog is my only comment. There is no other comment.
They're giving us the oof.
I really don't think this has any space period, even in my waifu.
Oh wow! I thought I was being generous.
Yeah, you're the one being generous.
Oh.
I'm just going like, no. It is that unusable to me.
You know what? Actually, change my opinion to the double oof, please.
The double.
The double oof.
It deserves more than just one.
The double oof. Oh man, bad. Alrighty, next.
Understandable.
How's it go? Present 116K. Experience. If you have experience 2 or higher, this card gains 1500 and hand encore.
So this is a very easy, pretty much easy to meet 7500 with character hand encore. I don't know why it says only should be a character card. Thanks, target cards.
Oh yes.
I mean, I'll be weird if it says discard anything. Like, oh yeah, I'll gladly discard climax to encore.
Yeah.
Anyway, now with that fixed, very easy to meet 7500 power character that you can crap out at level 0 if you play standby. So definitely a very, very playable. The real biggest problem is really even in a standby salvage red deck wings deck, you have the space for this.
Right, and the reason why I'm not currently playing this in my deck is mostly because of space reasons. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if the level 1 combo wasn't so tiny, I would definitely replace the Shimokaze Kais with this, because 1175 head-on cores, well, they're not bad, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm starting to cut them out of some of my decks, they're still very usable cards. It's just that, you know, my opinion, my card quality scale has just skyrocketed in the past 6 months or so.
Right.
It's just like, well, I expect better from my cards, but again, this is still very, very playable.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of playable, that's what I will give it. I still think it's a very serviceable level 1 option for reg players.
And the fact that this is experience 2 as opposed to having a board can be helpful sometimes, because oh boy, oh no, I don't have my brainstorms. Oh crap, my 1175 head-on core doesn't have head-on core anymore.
Hmm.
So definitely the playable.
Okay. My Sakurajima, as a lover, she's a level 2, 1 cost 3500 power with adolescence and cuisine traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto your stage, you may pay the cost of discard 1 card from your hand to your waiting room. If you do, add 1 character with either Mai and or Nogaka in their card name and add that card to your hand. And when this card becomes reversed, if the battle opponent of this card is level 2 or lower, you may reverse that character.
Interesting, actually. So the fact is that this is a level 2 killer.
Level 2 killers still have a countering standby decks, yeah.
Yep, they're designed to counter standby decks. I mean, we haven't reviewed the set, but ADD from Saikano, the level 2 killer,
Mm-hmm.
the 12/5 level 2 killer, she is not terrible. I mean, this card isn't bad, but I think it's a little too late, coming down at 2 versus 1.
Yeah, now that we have...
Yeah,
we now... Some sets have introduced these level 1 or pseudo level 1 anti-change bombs. So, yeah...
I believe...
Yeah, Love Live 6th Anniversary SIF set has that.
I believe they're called Adachis, the profile,
I forget,
but I'm not 100% sure.
I forget who Adachi will refer to.
I think it's Persona?
Persona 5 had this profile? Huh.
No, it was in the older Personas.
Wait, you mean
3 or 4, I think.
You mean the Adachi, the infamous one that says when he's sent to the waiting room, your opponent has to discard 1 card? That's not
Oh,
right.
yeah. Oh, okay, so I'm thinking of something completely off.
Yeah, I was like, that is definitely not right. Anyway,
But
before we
at the same
sidetrack.
at the same time, the fact that this is also a hand filter, I mean, it's okay, but at the same time, the bottom sentence is the one that I'm mostly caring about. Oh man, if you're desperate to curb standby, I guess, but even then,
it's definitely hard to argue. But I think some people, this is very hard to say. Like I'm gonna be a little generous. I'm gonna say niche.
yeah, niche as well, honestly.
Like it's not unusable, and I think with standby existing, it actually made these kinds of profiles just a little bit more salvageable. Like if you were asking me back in like 2016 and you showed me this, I'll be like, no, F this card.
Just toss it in the garbage. This is literally pack filler.
But with standby existing, it actually made it actually made these cards semi-justifiable again. Just a bit.
Sakata Asuzagawa, Rascal, 2/1, 3000. Adolescence, if you are level 2 or higher, it gains the following ability. Startup, pay 2, discard 1 Adolescence character from your hand to the waiting room. Tap 2, choose one Mai Sakurajima Irreplaceable Existence from your memory and place it onto any stage in any slot. And during your turn, all your other Mai Sakurajima Twilight Skies and Mai Sakurajima Irreplaceable Existence gain 1,000 power. and he's also a level assist. All of your characters in front of this card gain X power, where X is 500 times their level.
Alright, so this is a way to cheese out the titular level 3 Mai Sakurajima to just have her start doing her extra damage shenanigans as early as level 2 so you can kind of emulate decks that already do this like Lola Sunshine. And
Yeah, we. Oh boy.
oh boy, but it is quite the steep cost with 2 stock and capping what will effectively be your back row to do that at level 2. But hey, he is the Rascal, and that is what the series is about. Rascal does not dream or something about a bunny girl.
I mean, this is effectively his girlfriend, so yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, what Dean said is correct. I'm honestly part of this package is just, I think that Sakata is kind of the weakest part of the package, honestly. Like, okay, the during your turn effect is kind of just The
Well, I
level
mean,
assist.
it makes sense because the Mai you're bringing out with this is not going. Her power matters. Her power is irrelevant on the opponent's turn.
Right, and the fact that you can crap her out at 2 is really the best appeal about it, but it's kind of expensive.
Right.
Like, you're basically paying the same cost as if you were hard casting her, in addition to ditching a card from your hand, which is kind of just.
Well, it's kind of like. Well, I mean, it's kind of like if she was in your hand, but she was checking early play. The real additional cost is not the discard one because you're effectively playing her from your hand so she was in early play. The real cost is losing 2 cards to do something with.
Right, and the fact that you also have to pay the one additional cost and playing Sakata himself, so
Right.
that also adds to the cost, effectively making her pay 3, discard 2 at 2.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to argue here for making this card sound good. Like, it's neat, but it's a little costly. I would say this is definitely more of a niche card to me. Some people might want to just do it for some people might see the appeal of this depending on who they play with and all, but I think overall it's definitely quite the setback for what it does.
Honestly, I would play a couple copies of this in my deck, but other than that, yeah, niche definitely.
Alright. Nogoka Toyohama, Girl from Home. She is a level 2, 1 cost 10,000 power with 1 soul with the adolescence and fashionable traits. Continuous seeking a side attack, and also at the beginning of your encore step, if this card is in your front row, return this card to your hand, choose up to 1 level 0 or lower character from your hand and place it onto this card's previous spot on the stage in rest.
So, this is the other half of the trap formation that the Maguro combo from Yellow is. So, basically, when you frontal attack the Maguro combo, you can pay 1, discard a card, and summon this as the defendant now.
Mm-hmm.
While neat, honestly, the biggest concern is deck slots. Like, why would you want to summon this, especially when it effectively dies at end of turn and gets replaced with a level 0 for your opponent to reverse instead?
Well, at least if anything, the level 0 doesn't have to come onto the board.
That's true. You can, sure, but now you're effectively sacrificing this card and opening up a direct lane.
Right.
I'm gonna have to give this the niche rating, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, but also like no Doka waifu, I don't really see it having any real play. Right.
Nodoka Toyohama? Secret of Memory, 00500. All of your other My Sakurajima Secret Memory gain 1,000, and she is a clock bond for that same card.
So the problem here is really the secret memory My Sakurajima is a level 3 or level 0 3k vanilla. Which means I have one comment.
Yeah, give it the double in this case.
Double. Yeah, there's no justifying this. Alright, My Sakurajima collecting feelings. Level 0, 0 cost, 1500 power with the adolescence and cuisine traits. Continuous assist. All of your level 0 or lower characters in front of this card get 1000 power. And has also, when another one of your adolescence characters is front to attack, you may pay the cost of sending this card into your waiting room. If you do, choose one of your characters in battle and that character gets 1000 power until end of turn.
So it's a field counter. Those are pretty neat.
And assist to level 0 is not unusable. Look at Kimono Friends.
Oh, Kimono Friends. I mean, early Konosuba as well. Their Brainstorm was a level 0 assist.
Yes, it was.
And this gets around no events or counters, but at the same time, it's only a 1k counter, so... it's not completely unusable, but I'm going to have to give this a niche rating.
Yeah, some people might be able to justify this, but it is definitely quite niche in general.
Sakurajima, Adult Charm, 004k. Adolescence and Cuisine. When this is placed from hand to stage, if there are five more climaxes in your opponent's waiting room, rest this, and when this comes reversed while battling, put this at the bottom of your deck.
So this is basically your run-of-the-mill level 0 4k with the double downside. The first downside will not matter for most instances where you're playing her, i.e. the early game, unless your opponent is completely effed, which means you probably won the game anyway. And being reversed while in battle to bottom deck her, that's a slight downside. This is pretty much a thick body with a couple of negative sentences.
Honestly, the first sentence doesn't really matter. Like, if they're that screwed, then this card really doesn't put you in a much better position, because they're out 5 climaxes, and that's even if they're out 5 climaxes, they're probably still in their hand. They're probably not all in the grave anyway. Unless they're like, yeah, my opening hand has 5 climaxes. Ditch like 4 of them.
Right.
Hopefully get playable.
Like,
and the fact that this... Oh, go ahead.
sorry, you go on.
So the fact that this also bottom decks, but when it effectively dies in battle, isn't honestly so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that at level 0, pretty much the only thing that this thing is dying to are army decks and bombs, neither of which are very common, so you can rely on this card to survive for at least level 0, and even going into early 1, actually.
Yeah, like, the only time where like that first sentence will really F you over is if you really need to end your opponent, and she's like one of your only attackers or something, but you know, that really should not come up. But I think overall, because of how many other level 0s exist in this title, I mean just this set only, I think it's just overall a niche level 0 to play.
Yeah, giving it the niche as well. Like, I actually prefer the no events or counters version of this particular profile, but at the same time, this is not completely unusable.
Right. Right down. Kage Asasagawa, Changing Clothes. She is a level 1, cost 0, 3000 power, with the adolescence and animal traits. When your other card named Kage Asasagawa Fluffy Breakfast is placed from your hand onto the stage, this card gets 5000 power until end of turn. Now, this would not be a problem if it weren't for the fact that said Kage Asasagawa Fluffy Breakfast is a level 1 5500 vanilla. And even then, it's kind of hard to justify. I have only one comment.
the fact that this is a giant assassin, basically, like, okay, sure, you got rid of their standby target for the turn. They hand encore, they kill it in response. Just, oh, you left me some giant, juicy reversal targets. Thank you. I only have one comment.
You also have only one comment.
Yep.
Just the one comment. Alright then. Speaking of.
I only have 2 comments.
Only 2 comments. Understandable. I'm not that mean yet. Right. My Sakura Jima regional location. Level 2 1 cost 7,000 power with the adolescence and cuisine trace. Continuous, this card cannot be chosen as the target of any of your opponent's card abilities. And also, when this card becomes reversed, if the level of this card's battle opponent is higher than the level of your opponent, you may reverse that character.
The hexproof ability is quite nice, though honestly I prefer that sentence mostly being on either level 3s at the end game where I'm trying to finish my opponent, or on back row supports. I'm looking at you, Armin Titan. I'm looking at you, Armin. And the fact that this is still a bomb and anti-change bombs, contrary to what certain people believe, are still completely playable in my eyes. Like, if you don't have... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. The anti-change bombs are much more on demand. They will also feel a bit more surprising in that you seldom will announce that you're about to do this or something, and it's very hard to play around these kinds of profiles versus an anti-change counter.
Or even level 3 killers.
Or level 3 killers, yeah. I think overall this is definitely very much a simple playable.
Yep.
You can definitely justify some slots for this if you prefer taking care of anti-change, or if you prefer taking care of opposing early plays in a more offensive-based strategy rather than deterring with the existence of anti-change counters.
Because your opponent can just side you for the rest of the game if they fear it that much.
Right. Whereas this one, more often than not, will get rid of the opposing early play near permanently.
Yep. Unless they want to pay the 3 for it.
Unless they will pay 3 for it. Like the main downside that some people don't like about these cards is the fact that it opens up a lane, which means that your opponent's now free to further get higher damage economy on you. But
they want damage economy, just play Soul Rush.
Right. But overall, I think this definitely is. You can definitely justify a space or 2 for this kind of profile in general.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. Cardia Segal, confidence for tomorrow. 2-1, 5K, adolescence and animal trade. Again, this has the same hexproof text. All of your other adolescent characters get 1,000. Tap 2, choose a card in your level zone, and a card in your waiting room, and swap them.
So yeah, this is now a back row card that has the hexproof text. And the Dawson Global is definitely nice to have. And because Kaede-centric decks have a lot of experience-based text on them, the choosing the level swap that she does is very, very handy.
Now, also considering with set 2 in mind, certain cards have experience requirements. I'm looking at you, Shoko. This card is also pretty...
Shoko now has taken aboard the experience train with Kaede.
But the fact is that I've seen certain standby lists play this card, and I honestly can't blame them. This is not bad.
It's not.
And the fact that this also has hexproof is really nice.
Mm-hmm. So,
your opponent can't get rid of it too easily.
No, they can't. I think the only way you can get rid of it is to... Well, you can't even target it for any of those choose a back row character as a defending character because you can't choose it. I think outside of board wipe, you can't really.
Yeah, I was about to say you have to wrath their board.
I think I could argue against this being. I think you know what? I'll be a little nice. I think it's just playable.
Honestly, I don't have to agree with you on that one.
Like,
I was gonna give this a playable rating.
yeah, like it's definitely not bad at all, and it's global 1K. It's hexproof. It's hey, level swap. Even if you're not playing experience, color fixing is nice to have.
Yep. Especially if you're playing a 4-color deck.
All right. I don't know. Have I ever seen a 4-color Albuquerque deck played anywhere?
No, actually, I have not. I have not actually. Majority of people play 3 colors. Though Star Wars would like a word with you.
Star Wars. Right. Milky Holmes, Kappa.
Oh God, please no.
Oh, Scars. Since level 1, cost 0 event. Counter timing. Choose one of your characters and that character gets the following ability until the end of turn. Also, when this card is sent from your stage to your waiting room, you may return this card to your hand.
Well, so basically, this effect I first saw this in Disgaea, along with a healing effect, but it was a 1/2 at the time. With just this effect by itself, like this effectively gives the target encore. In this case, like effectively hand encore by discarding this card, which is okay. Like this can save Koga if you really need to, but at the same time, in the majority of cases, she's bulky enough where a simple 2K counter is enough to defend her. So even in that case, like the majority of cards I'd want to save with this already have a form of encore. So you know what, I'm gonna have to give this the niche rating at best.
Yeah, like there are some cards you can justify wanting to get back into your hand that you can like, easily defend well because they're very bad on defense, like the early play Kayage, and being able to recycle her is not a bad idea at all. But there are, like as Gavin was saying, our Butcher has simply too few characters that this is worth doing it with. So yeah, definitely yes. The at least if anything, its upsides are that it does dodge any anti-encore abilities in play. But that's
I'm looking at you, Akihiko.
Right then. Moving along.
Connecting thoughts, 3-1. Choose one My Sakura irreplaceable existence in your memory, put it into any slot on the stage, and give it 5K.
So this was the event that we had been alluding to in the earlier part of this part 3 of our review on Albuta, where this is the card that will summon out your level 3 mind that you set up into your memory via Bunny Girl Senpai, and crap her out for a simple 1 cost and have her swing for 15k minimum with her combo, with her on-play no kill to burn. This
Definitely,
is...
if you're... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Keep going.
This is definitely like a very cheap way to crap out a very powerful character like that.
So, it's one of those, well, if you're playing Mai, you're definitely playing at least a few copies of this event.
It being level 3 also helps because it means one more burn proc.
Yep. I was about to say that even helps out. This is better than Sakuta, even if you can only play this at 3, in my opinion.
I would say overall playable.
Yep, definitely.
Like, not super amazing, but...
Not every deck, but if you're playing Mai, definitely.
And Mai is very much a very playable deck.
Yep.
Alright, so that will end our review of Red here. Tune in next time for... Or we'll have part 4 after this to go over the blue cards. Right then, until then, we will...
See you later.